So I'm gonna do things a little bit differently from the recap episode of the 150cc. As instead of just showing highlights, I think I might show the entire course, or the entirety of the courses that we needed to come first on, just speeding them up slightly. As if played at normal speed, just the races and the result screen of each cup that we needed to redo took around 45 minutes, and I don't exactly want to waste people's time if they don't want their time wasted. But that being said, if you do want to see the entire experience, I will link a video where I show the races where I essentially 3-starred them, or 3-starred all the cups. So what that entails, what it would be showing the entire race of the cups we had to go back for, even the ones I did get first on, and then for the 2 times where it happened, splicing in the base footage of me winning, or 3-starring on the first try. Yeah. So yeah, I want to say surprisingly not that many tracks here gave me too much trouble. The ones that did, more towards the end. In fact, I don't think I needed to restart on the first 2 tracks, or cups. So it was kind of like, oh, what's up? I'm not. I don't need to reset. Something's gone wrong. Am I going on a different CC? But no, it just so happened that after redoing them, Mushroom and I believe Shell Cup went over smoothly, which is really odd considering I was not expecting to get essentially a few first tries again. But yeah, I'll just take it. I'm just gonna be upfront. Most of these I'm not going to have something much to say. It's like, oh, I took the corners better, I had better luck, essentially. Although that being said, I don't think there was a lot of luck with this. Yeah, I say that, but some of the times I did fail. I did fail getting first. It was the result of some bad luck. One of the courses that I don't think is on here, but did affect the 3-star experience. I lost solely because of a blue shell at the very last corner. So getting lucky is essentially just, yeah. Also, right, another general thing. Getting items, and don't exactly remember when I started putting this into practice, but something I was getting wrong about doing the breaker drifts was instead of tapping the B button, hold it down for a little bit to kind of get more traction and kind of shorten the width of your drift, essentially. Donut Plains 3, I believe, essentially just came down to I was able to take the corners tighter. Like this turn here, that was a problem, but yeah. Like, that was a problem that I had to overcome, but like, apart from that, it's like, this is just essentially a really, easy course you need to kind of, just watch your back on. Although, some of the performances I did have on these running runs, I am surprised I got. Looking back on, Mario Circuit 3, I believe? Oh no, Mario Circuit from GBA. I think that's it. I fell off, or I ran into Peach with an item, and ended up not making a jump, and I still won, so... yeah, luck did kind of play a big part of it. So yeah. Also, I will say that being able to focus on these helped out so much. Also, remembering back on the episode this happened in, Dolphin Shoals was not a problem. Instead, it was Electrodrome. And I believe Sunshine Airport, slightly. But yeah, all the times I failed three-starring this course, Cup, wasn't down to Dolphin Shoals. Electrodrome was most of my problems. So yeah, also, one thing I did find out but wasn't able to produce 100% of the time is this upcoming turn you can mitigate by holding extreme left and I think down to delay your gliding part a little bit, as that moves you over to the left of the off-road. And sometimes, especially if you have a mushroom, you can glide over it, so that makes this turn a whole lot easier. Yeah, like what I did there. That made Dolphin Shoals a whole lot easier. Shame it wasn't... well, there wasn't really a way to make Electrodrome easier, because I would have needed it a lot. Okay, Special Cup. The first cup, I would say, pain began as, it kind of came down to the fact that we have Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road, the two problematic courses of the cup. Every time I failed a run on this course, cup, came down to either one of these two. Although thankfully I want to say I got to Rainbow Road 3 times before I was able to... yeah. I only had to go to Rainbow Road 3 times before winning. The third time was the one I won. And I'm just gonna say this now, probably could have used more experience on Rainbow Road, as I want to say that third time was a fluke. But that fluke was helped out a lot by the fact that around that time I was able to take the final spiral so much better than I did starting off on this. Yeah. But Bowser's Castle, on the meanwhile, I think it just came down to this part here after the gliding section. Just the fact that, that turn is really sharp. And, like, it's kind of hard to turn after gliding. But, you know, getting lucky kind of helped out. Rainbow Road Part 1. Like I spent most of the time explaining in Bowser's Castle, I feel like I probably should have spent more time here. As I feel like I don't really know the course well enough, but this shortcut and the fact I was able to take this spiral much better than what I did beforehand definitely helped me out. And so I think this was the course I started actually holding down the drift button, the brake button, as I was drifting. This course was the epiphany moment. It was like, oh, if I do this, I can have much. If I do this simple thing, then brake drifting is a whole lot easier. Also, as you just noticed, I did fall off a bit, and I still managed to win. How? Although, something I did notice as I was doing this was, I kind of have to say, staying in first might be slightly easier than, trying to overtake people at the last second, as, if you do it well enough, you can potentially get a big enough lead where your mistakes don't really matter as much as what they could do. So I think that is something to think about. Maybe. But yeah, so Special Cup was pain. It just so happened that Lightning Cup was pain part 2. As I think for the most part it was Piranha Pipeway that made me lose runs. As well, there's this interaction which I think again was a kind of a hey, brake drifting properly makes it so I can take turns that I couldn't before at speed. So yeah, there's that interaction, and then there's the final stretch, which is final turn, which is not as painful as this, but it's still pretty bad. It's made it a little easier with a mushroom, but again, it's kind of something that you need to kind of factor in, I guess. I guess something that I think I definitely knew beforehand, as I was recording the episodes, but don't jump over the piranha plant. You will miss an item, and it's not something you want to do exactly. Yeah, just gonna say this now. Next up is Volcano. The worst part about it is I'll definitely say that the fork in the road, just the fact that I think no matter which way you take, that chances are you are going to be overtaken. It's like, what? Excuse me? I think it was in the episode, but the last second I was overtaken by Dry Bowser. Just, what? Excuse me? And so for that episode, I was thinking of using Dry Bowser on the thumbnail, but I couldn't find good Dry Bowser art, or official Dry Bowser art. And that kind of leads me onto the topic that I'm going to go off track for. There's like no good official Daisy art. It's like, what? The pose and the render they've been using for Daisy for Mario Kart was first used for Mario Party 8. It's like, what? Excuse me? What? No update for Daisy in terms of Mario Kart? Oh, yeah, in terms of Mario Kart. For how many years now? Excuse me? Like, I don't think there's official art in Daisy of Daisy in her biker outfit. It's like, what? Excuse me? And being honest, the official art for Mario Kart 8, I think they kind of dropped the ball. Because yes, while the art they did make is good, like really good, it's just like there's so little of it that it's like, wow, okay. For someone like you, or for me who uses a template and then just slaps on different art for each episode, it's like, cool, I have four. No, I essentially have four thumbnails. Like, that's it. It's like, what? Why? Also, something I wanted to do for this series was keep the official art I use for the thumbnails. Just make sure they all have some relation to Mario Kart. But like for Daisy, I just kind of had to break that rule because I am thinking about using Daisy in the thumbnail for this episode. I just had to break that rule because it was either use that old Daisy render they have been using for a while now, use a different render they've used occasionally, or before they used that render from Mario Party 8. But the downside to that was it was way too smaller of an image, and I don't exactly want to do that. And the third thing is the thing I'm going to be using is using art from, I think, Mario Party Superstars. I think that's... Yeah, I guess only recently they've started making good Daisy art. Just kind of insulting as a Daisy fan. It's like, come on, bro. Come on. But yeah, Egg Cup. I think this was another first timer, I think. Oh no, right. I forgot because it's not on the timeline, but I think I lost a run on Psych Bike Arena once. And that's it. But basically, again, more so on this track than others. Brake drifting title, I guess, and better, I suppose. I'm not sure if there's a sound to it. I just know that your controller will start rumbling when you're doing it right. And I think there's a timing for it, because if you brake drift too long, you'll just stop. So yeah, I think, I could be wrong, when Daisy puts her foot on the ground, that's when she's braking. And like when you notice that she's had a leg on the ground, or foot on the ground for a long while now, that's when you know I've been doing the brake drifting efficiently. Again, kind of the same thing goes with this course as Drag and Drift Away. Just drift harder, bro. Just all you really need to do. Or brake your drift harder, I guess. Although I think there are still instances of me falling off the track. At that one turn there. Also, I think I don't think I ever took the turns right on the final stretch there at all. As they don't cover enough that I think turning on them would make sense. Since you can just kind of, like, you don't need to turn for the first turn, as you can just, like, divert your direction so you're, like, in the middle of the turn, or you're facing the middle of the turn. And then, for the second turn, you can just, like, hop drift, or bunny hop over it, I think. And, if you get really lucky, you can use items that have fallen to the ground. Like I did there. Yeah, I got really lucky there. I think if I didn't get lucky, that course could probably have ruined a few runs for me. Also, coming into Triforce Cup, I think this was another just quick one attempt and just easy 3-star. Which is surprising because Rainbow Road. This attempt of this attempt of this course, I almost lost Rainbow Road only because the person in second took the shortcut on the final corner in the final stretch, and the only reason I won was because I had more speed than them, overtook them, and managed to hit them. So I got extremely lucky with that one. So I kind of feel like that Warriors Goldmine could have screwed me over. I think. But yeah. Kind of feels weird that like these, or some of these are just like, hey, these are easy, just done. But we go from one of the easiest to one of the hardest with Crossing Cup. As Baby Park, Cheeseland, and wasn't expecting it to happen, but it did. Wild Woods. What? Surprisingly, I don't think I lost any runs to Baby Park. It all happened here on Cheeseland. Mostly all happened here on Cheeseland. Not sure why, but just, yeah, Cheeseland was a dick. Just plain and simply. Although I guess that being said, I was taking that turn. Yeah, those turn on the final stretches like, much more than I probably would have. And due to that, I was able to learn those turns, and I think those helped me out as not really. As not only do you get the items from that, but you are, I think, given a slightly better position to take that shortcut up the leading up to the finish line. I think flying would have slightly better, maybe. I'm not too sure. But once I won on Cheeseland, came the surprise gut punch that was Wild Woods. Most of the time that I lost to Wild Woods was at the final turn. As, if you bump into the railing, you lose speed and can potentially lose your first place. If you get unlucky with the water slide, you don't have an item until after the finish line, which can be painful. And chances are the AI are going to use an item on that part, or on the bridge just before the finish line. That is when they'll use their items, and they are going to use them to win. There's no chance, they will never not do that, and it's kind of annoying. Also, chances are they will take more lily pads than you, so they are probably going to be in front of you leading up to that point. So that final stretch there is just painful, and that's where I lost most of my runs on this course. And failing a run to the third course is annoying, but not as annoying as losing one on the fourth. But thankfully that only happened like twice. As again, the final final stretch can be annoying, as the turn is really tight, or the corner's really tight. And again, is another situation where if you miss out on an item, you don't have an item until after the finish line. And if you don't have an item before the finish line, then guess what, fucker? You're losing first. It's plain as day. You are losing first. Also, something I found out that is really annoying. You can fly over the balloons, and you won't get an item for that. So yeah, just a cute, innocent course is kind of annoying. Like here, flew right over the item boxes. Excuse me? And I think that's only something you can do in 200cc. Also, yeah, no reason why I won that. I just did because I was lucky. Yeah. Yeah. Superville Cup. Didn't put up didn't put up too much of a fight, but it did still put up a fight, as I think Ribbon Road was the one I lost a run on, but again after thingy thing, Crossing Cup, having a slightly easier cop was so much better than just having pain. Especially because of this course right here. That's It's the most annoying one. So I guess fun fact about this, well, I guess not really this course, but Lightning Cup. Lightning Cup was the course that made me stop recording. Oh, Cup that made me stop recording. As from Mushroom to the first few attempts of Lightning Cup was done in one day, and then from succeeding in Lightning to this right here was done on the next day. So yeah, probably could have done it in one session if it went well, but because I didn't really feel like losing over and over again, that's why I split things up. Also, I believe the most the course with the most amount of attempts went to Crossing Cup, I think. As while I think I did do more fails on Lightning, it was because those were over relatively quickly. It was just that failing on the third track of the cup over and over again kind of make things go long. So yeah, I think the full attempt, because of the way I edited it down, I think it went from 2.5 hours to an hour and 40 minutes, just cutting out all the failed Crossing Cup attempts. It's like, yeah, that kind of stings a little bit. Slightly. But yeah, not really too much to say on these cups, on this cup. It went fairly smoothly. And as I was putting this together, I was kind of thinking that I would just sneak in Blue or Big Boy. But as I looked at the time and saw that it was 40 minutes, or over 40 minutes, like, yeah, no, Big Blue can wait, unfortunately. If you want to see Big Blue, watch the video in the thing. I'll include timestamps, so you don't have to watch everything, or like skip around until you find everything. But yeah, Superville Subway, I don't think there was too much wrong with this. It's just that the trains can kind of throw you off a little bit, and this turn is way too sharp. Just the fuck. And I believe if an AI has a mushroom, they will take that shortcut. And again, you will lose first. So just make sure they don't have a mushroom. Just get lucky, essentially. And that is kind of annoying. But I think this is one of the times where I had such a big lead that I was kind of untouchable on the third lap, I think. It's looking like that. But yeah, as this is wrapping up, I will say that the reward for 3-starring all of the 200cc cups is Gold Mario. In the Wii U version, there was no such reward. It was just a sense of achievement thing. So, as I do my outro, I will show me unlocking. Show me unlocking Gold Mario. But next episode, we will begin the time trials, And I think we will be taking it a cup per episode. So 4 courses per episode, 12 times. This is going to be fun.